Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to My Curvy Life with none other than your girl, Miss Fonda, coming to you on today. Lady F, y'all. Also bringing you greetings from my co-hosts, Miss Lasagna and Latanya Jones. They do so much in the social media arena. Please show them some love because they definitely have lots of love to give, and they give lots and lots of love. So thank you guys all for being a part of this entity. You know, you don't have to be a part of it, but I appreciate you guys for following and, giving your positive input and offering ideas and all of that good stuff. Keep it coming, because I'm always open to do more. All right, to do more with the show, with this entity. So much love, and I greatly appreciate it. I also wanted to just give an announcement or two. You guys know how I do it. Before we let our lovely guests in on this day, I wanted to let you guys know, Mary Kay Cosmetics. Y'all already know I am a consultant with Mary Kay Cosmetics. I'm all about that skincare, making sure that, you know, your skin is taken good care of. This is also for men as well. You can have facial cleansers and moisturizers as well for your skin. Okay. So please contact me if you are interested. I'm always open for that. Also homeless feeds, sack lunches. That's what's happening here. I will be showing some clips of giving out those sack lunches. That's the direction I'm going to go in with the feed here in Charlotte. Is I'm going to do sack lunches. There are so many people that are always out in the intersections of the interstate. You know, they're in the parking lots of the grocery stores and the different establishments that I go to, and a lot of them are looking for food. So I'm going to accommodate them. I thank you all who contribute. And if you could continue to contribute, I think my Cash App is right there at the top. It would be greatly appreciated. I know that the homeless will greatly appreciate it, and I do too. We're better together. Reverend always says, Reverend Rollison there in Omaha, Nebraska, we are better together. And I think we are stronger because it takes a village, y'all. It takes a village. So I'm not going to prolong the time. I just wanted to get those few announcements out there, which I normally do. But we do have a very special guest on the show tonight. I'm very, very excited for this guest, which I am excited for all of my guests. But I'm excited because this particular guest is making some real good pathways in life, and he's a young man. And I want to introduce him to some that may not know who he is, but he is going to come in on this lovely day, and we're going to talk about music, y'all, and some of his adventures that he has experienced in his musical career. So we have Mr., and I hope I am saying his name right. Correct me if I'm not, Mr. Dreion, but we have Mr. Dreion on the show on tonight, and he is a vocal powerhouse, blending the emotional depths of gospel and soul with infectious grooves of funk and R&B to ignite social change. He is an electrifying singer, songwriter, musician, producer, and performing artist from, guess where, y'all? Omaha, Nebraska. Yes, that's home. The O, who was a 4-chair turn contestant on season 26 of The Voice, joining the team with none other than Snoop Dogg. Okay. He has had the privilege of opening for such artists as Earth, Wind and Fire, Layla Hathaway, Music Soul Child, Kevin Ross, and many, many more. I couldn't name them all, but many more, y'all. He has performed at many prestigious venues. He is an alumni alumni, excuse me, at Berkeley School of Music. That's a very popular music school. I remember hearing about that. Bachelor's, he has a bachelor's in songwriting and a minor in African studies. So let's not prolong the time, and we're going to go ahead and get him added into the show. One moment. Hello, hello.
Hey, Lady F, how are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. How are you, Mr. Am I saying your name right? Dreion?
Yes, absolutely. You are saying it correctly.
Okay. I'm like, so brother Dreion, I'm so happy to have you on the show. We are so happy to have you here on the My
Yes.
Curvy Life show. First, let me just start by saying I am like extremely proud of you. Okay. I am
Thank
extremely
you.
proud of you.
Thank you.
To see a young man, just moving and grooving and taking your music to another level. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
So let's get right into the interview, Mr. Dadrian. I want to skip right to the voice, but I want to know a little bit more about when did you start your music career and your passion for music? What got you to that point?
I started very young. I started off at the age of 4. As many musicians and artists all through the years, my background comes from church. It comes from watching my family and my aunts and my uncles play, sing in church. It comes from watching my grandmother as well, who also took me to church and music is just in my family. All my uncles, they play. My aunts, they sing. And even my father and my mother, they have they rap and they write poetry and things of that nature. So it's kind of already been in my DNA going back many generations. But it also is just something that I picked up. It wasn't something that was like, here, this is the baton. It was more so something that I picked up from just the environments that I was in. And so for me, music became a huge world of discovery. And then there was a point in time when I was in the foster care system in
Mm.
Omaha, when music then became more of a discovery, and it became something that I leaned on to be able to cope and deal with the difficulties of being in the foster care system and the environments that I was in. Music really has been a vehicle for me. It's been something that has kept me on the straight and narrow, has kept me focused, has given me a goal and a North Star to follow. And I followed that all the way through from the age of 4 until, elementary, middle school, high school, and on to college and into my professional career today.
Wow, that's amazing. So, when did you actually realize that you had something that you could like really, really present to the world when you decided to go and try out for The Voice? When did that happen in your life? When did you discover that you had really had something?
Well, as I said, as a kid, being in church and seeing just, we know that church is not a place of entertainment, but there is music and theatrics a part of what the church experience is. And so I would imitate a lot of that. I would imitate a lot of that. The preacher, I would imitate the choir director and things like that. And I would sit my family down and make them listen to me.
Oh,
But
wow.
they loved it. They loved it
Right.
as a young kid. So, at that point, it was okay. Well, we need to get this boy into something. And so, the thing for me in the first public performance, I would say that I did was the talent show in my elementary when I went to Sunny Slope Elementary. And I entered into that talent show. I think I was in maybe the second or third grade around that time, and I entered into that competition, or not the competition, to the talent show, and I sang "This Little Light of Mine," and that was my first public performance in front of a bunch of people. And at that point in time, I just loved the feeling of being on stage and what my voice and what my gift did to people, and how it made them view me and look at me as somebody that was just a beacon of light and hope. And I love that feeling, and I wanted to continue to do that, and to continue to make that a consistent thing in my life. So I did more talent shows, more, events and things like that. It turned one thing turned to another, one opportunity turned to another, one person saying this, hey, you should try this young man, or hear this young man, or do this. And I just was trying different opportunities and things.
So
And even,
you took it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
well,
No, I
I
was
was
going
going
to
to
say
say
you took
even,
advantage of your opportunities. Is what I was going to say.
oh yes. Oh, absolutely. And even, even going into the musical theater, realm of things, where you and I met, when my first production was the Wiz production in Omaha. And that was, I was just taking whatever opportunities, because I just love music.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That was where I met you at, was in at the Wiz. I was trying to
Hmm.
think in my mind, I'm like, I know we connected somewhere. Yes,
Hmm.
that's amazing. So okay, with you now getting into your gift, your talent, and doing different things, how did we make it to The Voice?
So we made it to The Voice. There was a lot of trial and error, a lot of discovery. A lot of people think, oh, you get on The Voice, so that's your big shot and your big opportunity. But there's a lot of groundwork that goes in before that. I
Mm.
went to Berklee College of Music, where I graduated first and did all of that first. Thank you. I also auditioned for the American Idol twice. I auditioned for America's Got Talent. I auditioned for The Voice before I actually got on The Voice and didn't get chosen. And this was my fifth tryout of these shows, of me being able to actually get on the show. And a lot of it has to do with timing. It has to do with everything just being prepared, and you being prepared for the moment, because I was offered it times before, but I wasn't quite ready. So the way I got on the show was through a casting producer that is a good friend of mine, who saw me online or saw me at an event at Berklee. And he said, hey, we want you to do the show. And it just wasn't the right time. And when it was the right time, I reached out to him and said, hey, is the opportunity still on the table? He said, yes. They put me through the process. By that time, I had, gone on tour with Earth, Wind and Fire. I had graduated college. I had done some substantial things in my career that would give me some leverage on the show to be able to pull from and to use part of my story. And I went on the show and I performed Shining Star by Earth, Wind and Fire as a tribute to them. And it landed me on Team Snoop.
Man, that was amazing. When I saw that, I was like, what? I'm like, he's actually putting Omaha on the map. I was so excited because it was somebody that I knew. I'm like, oh my God. Um, so as you stated, you said there was a lot of different things you had to go through in order to get there. Because I was gonna ask you if you had tried out for any of the other like American Idol and different things of that nature. And I was pretty sure you had, but
Mhm.
being in that moment, I want to talk about that moment because when I watched that performance, it was like you was giving it like all you got. You were having fun. It was like you were like really connected and really enjoying it. What I want to know, when getting the four chairs turned around to you, did that kind of like make you so excited? Did it kind of change your momentum as you were singing that song? You know how you're like, oh my God, now they didn't turn around. Did that change your momentum at all?
Well, absolutely. I mean, that moment, I've done a many auditions throughout my career. I will say that was by far the hardest audition that I've ever had in my life, and the reason being is because The Voice, which is different from many other shows, everything is full production from the beginning audition. The other shows, they usually have a little less of the production and the cameras and the lights and the art. But with that one, the audience is there. You get one shot. You get one chance. There is no redos. There is no try it again. If the judges don't spin around for you, they just don't spin around for you. And you spend about a month there just preparing for that moment, doing wardrobe. You're doing rehearsing with the band. You're rehearsing with the song, choosing your song, all of these different things. You're doing B-roll and filming for your backstory and all of that. So it takes about a month for you to even get to the first audition. And so
Mm-hmm.
getting to that point was just huge, because there were so many people that were let go, because there were about 200 of us that were brought to LA. There were about 1,000 of us that were in the consideration to come to LA. And they had to break us down to, I believe our season was 56 spots. So the stakes were very high. There was no room for error. And you had to go out there and give the best that you possibly could and make the most of the moment. So I went out there and I did what I had came there to do. I stood,
You
flat
showed
footed,
out. You showed out.
and I gave I gave it my all. And plus, it's about, I've always been a serious performer. I've taken my performances seriously. I've trained and make sure that I was prepared for that moment, not just walking in, trying to do it just to see what's going to happen. I went out there with a mission and a goal. And thank God, God was with me, and all four of those chairs turned.
That was amazing. Oh wow. And then just to meet Snoop Dogg, that's my boy. I love me some Snoop Dogg. But you had an opportunity. What was that experience like working with Snoop Dogg?
Yes. So Uncle Snoop is exactly who you see on television, or what you see online or whatever of him.
Mm-hmm.
He is that
Mm-hmm.
person in person. He is very laid back. He's chill. He's very, generous. He's very, wise. And what was interesting about that season is a lot of people were kind of concerned as to what he could possibly share in terms of a singing competition. But Snoop is very well versed. He can
Wow.
sing. He's worked with a lot of singers, and he knows what sounds good, what feels good, what makes sense. And he's a businessman, so he didn't just only teach me about my gift, but he taught me how to also maintain my gift, how to maintain myself in the industry and business, and coming from a business mindset opposed to just being a singer. Because anybody can get up and sing, right? But not everybody can get up and perform and then turn that performance into an audience, and then turn that audience into consumers and people that are going to buy you, or pay money to see you, to buy what product you're selling, and so on and so forth. And so he was really, really helpful in reshaping my mind to think that way. And in
Mm.
general, he's just a wise man. He's been in the industry over 20 plus years. So he has a lot of wisdom in life. He has a lot of wisdom in the industry. And it was amazing to be able to sit under his direction while being on the show.
Wow. So I'm sure from that show it brought you into other arenas as well, correct?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
so so wow, that I mean, wow. Well, all I can say is wow. But being that you have been in, since then have been into other arenas, where are you now with your musical career?
So I'm in a few different places. One of the things that I was already doing before I got on the show was I was touring with Earth, Wind, and Fire as an opening act. And a lot of what I do with them is I'm an ambassador for their foster care organization, because I was in the foster care system, as I said before. And so I use that platform as a way to champion and to be a voice for foster youth, and to show a positive statistic of what foster youth can do. And we, as we tour across the country, we bring different foster youth to the shows. We bring them backstage. They get a whole backstage experience, and get to kind of understand what it is to put a show together. How, to help inspire them and to give them some hope, and especially those who are interested in music. And so I've been doing that, working with Earth, Wind, and Fire over the past few years, since the show. But since the show has really been really great with that. And then I also started also performing on cruise ships. So now I take my shows on cruise ships, and I perform for all of the different cruise ships, Celebrity, Princess, MSC, Carnival, and I do that as well now as a headlining performer,
Oh,
which has been an amazing new
oh
venture
my
for me.
God.
And it's beautiful because I get to travel. I get to travel all over the world, and see some places that I have always wanted to see, but I get paid to see them, which is
I
amazing.
know that's right.
And you meet so many incredible people, whether it be regular people, or celebrity people, or people who are of high importance, like senators and met NFL Hall of Famers, and so on and so forth. There's so many
Uh-huh.
amazing people that you meet on these ships. So that's been my new venture. And then I have started in the process of working on new music and releasing new music and a new album. I'm in the process of that, and reshaping my sound, reshaping my brand, and preparing to kind of step into a new era of Dreion.
Oh my gosh. So do you need a backup singer on the cruise ships? Because I'm retired and I'm retired and I am free. Okay, I am free. I will come and be your backup singer. Whatever you need me to do, I'll be your administrative assistant. I don't care.
I appreciate that,
Um,
and I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Well, I
'Cause
wasn't expecting to hear anything more than what I just heard because, when you get opportunities such as you've had with all the things that you've mentioned that you've done, you deserve to keep building, and keep building. So I'm excited for you. I didn't know. I thought I was going to hear that you was going to be maybe. I don't know what I was expecting to hear, but to know that you're doing your own independent performing and you said you're in the process of doing an album. Have you did an album before? Have you did your own album before?
I've done like a like a short EP. I released that like in 2020, but I haven't done a full length album. This will be my first full length album. Yes.
Well, I'm excited to hear because when I was reading your bio, it did that you did state that you were a songwriter as well. Because sometimes,
Mhm.
when people look at performers, they think, oh, they just perform, they just sing. But
Right.
to be able to produce and songwrite, that's where the Do Reno come in. When you write them songs. So so I am
Absolutely.
so excited. I'm so excited for you. I really am deep in my heart. I'm very happy. I was proud, to see you on The Voice. I mean, you know how many people like would die to be on The Voice, you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
you have had that opportunity to do that. So what I want to say, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here because I know you are a busy, busy man. And I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to us. But what I want you to do, if you would, there may be someone out there that wants to walk in your footsteps. They're working on their music. They're wanting to move forward. What would be a golden nugget or some golden nuggets that you could share to inspire someone else to kind of do what you're doing?
Well, the first thing I always say, one of my favorite quotes is by Confucius: "Those who say they can and those who say they can't are both right." One thing about music and the music industry is that it is all about mindset first. You have to believe in you before anybody else will. You have to put in the work. You have to write the songs. You have to figure out, where you want to be, how you want to be, what you want to be, before anybody else will buy into what you are claiming you want. And that's probably true in every other industry, but more so in the music industry. That's super huge and important because there's going to be a lot of no's. There's going to be a lot of that's not it, that's not right, that's not this, and you have to stay true to what is you. I have had many doors slammed in my face, have had many opportunities that have been a yes, and then it became a no. I've had many opportunities that I thought were going to be it, and it did not turn into it. And I had to keep the engine going somehow. And it starts with knowing who I am, what I am, and what I want to be, and whose I am. That is the most important thing. The second thing that I would say, if anybody that is interested in music or any aspect of the music industry, it's very important to read about the music industry, not just the music part, just not the music industry or the music business is what we usually say. It's 10% music, 90% business. It's important to understand the business part of music. You can't just get up and just sing, because if you want to make money or you want to make a living, I'm a full-time artist, full-time performer. I only make money doing music. And the way that I do that is by having good business and understanding business. I have a team of a manager and people that help make my career continue to go, and they only can continue to be those individuals and people for me by having good business and understanding and know what I'm talking about, and being a good steward over my business. So I just say, learn about it, pick up books, read and understand not just the music side, but the business side. And then the third thing that I would say is always stay true to yourself. I've had a lot of people come to me and say, "Oh, your sound is not this, or this isn't in, this isn't the trend. You're not this, you're not that." And so many people will try to change it. And it's very, very important for you to remain who you are, be open to constructive criticism, but understand and know when it is constructive and when it is destructive. Because constructive will help build you. Destructive will pull you away from who you are supposed to be and who God created you to be. So it's very important for you to know that, for you to remember that, for you to be mindful of that, and continue to push forward. Do not give up, because the guarantee, if you give up, is that it won't happen. But if you continue to push, there's a big, big chance that you're going to land somewhere in the stars. So the best thing that you could ever do is go for the top thing that you want. Go for it. I don't care how big, how delusional, whatever it is, go for it, because you're going to land somewhere in the stars. So that would be my advice to all of you.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it, Dreion. I always believed in making the song your own. You know what I mean? Making it your own.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Definitely.
just having that confidence, holding on to who you are, pushing forward, being strong for who you are, and delivering, what God has given you to deliver. So, and I believe
Absolutely.
that the Lord definitely makes room for your gifts. Okay. He will definitely make room for your gifts. So I am very, very proud of
Yes,
you,
it
as
will.
well as I'm sure so many others are. Now, are you living in Omaha now, or are you located somewhere else? I know you be on the ships and stuff, on the cruises, but is
So
are you?
I technically I live in two places. I do live in Omaha, but I'm based in Boston, Massachusetts. That's where I live. But I'm in Omaha very frequently, and I go back because I still have all my family there and a lot of different events and things like that. So I go back and forth between both.
Well, if you want to send some tickets for me to come and see you anywhere where you at, because I ain't in Omaha no more. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. So if you're ever over this way and
Okay.
I see your name in lights, I would definitely be there to hear you blow it out. Because I tell you, I really enjoy your energy, your range, your gift. It's amazing. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
proud of you. I am rooting for you 100%, as well as I know the
Thank you.
O is as well. And I really thank you for taking the time out to interview with me, being that you are such a busy man. That touches my heart. Thank you so much. And I know that the Omaha community and those that are in this entity are ecstatic about hearing your journey. So thank you so much, Dreion, for joining the show on today. If you would, if you want to, drop information on my Curvy Life group page, I hope you're a part of it. If not, I'm going to send you a link to join. We would love to just celebrate you and see your performances and all of those good things. And I know you have a TikTok page. If anybody wants to follow you, can you just give us quickly where they could find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on all social media platforms at Dreion Nation, DreionAtion, all together on all social media platforms. You can find it, and then you can also find my my music on streaming platforms at Dreion, Dreion, on all streaming platforms as well.
Well, you let us know when you drop that album. I haven't heard that word in a long time. Usually people say CDs or whatever, but when you drop that album, you you let me know. I would definitely promote it for you because I really believe in your talent. I think you're a wonderful, wonderful, respectful young man. I ain't gonna even ask you how old you are because I know you ain't 30 yet. I don't think, or are you?
I'm pushing very close.
Yeah, I knew you weren't 30 yet, but hey, you got, a long life ahead of you, and may God continue to bless you in all your endeavors. Thank you again for coming on the My Curvy Life show, and best of wishes and blessings to you, Dreion, okay?
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor and a pleasure. And I'm glad we got to reconnect. And I was in Charlotte last year. So had I known, I would have invited you to the show. So when I come back to Charlotte, I will surely reach out.
I just got here. I didn't get here till January, like the 1st of January, end of December. So I just got here. So the next time you roll through, you holler at me. All right. And let me know, because I would love to come out and support you. So thank you again. And until we meet again, My Curvy Life, let's give Dreion, I'm going to give him a hand and thank you for coming to the My Curvy Life show. And until next time, peace.
Frank Miller on the